Even if you lost every ounce of motivation and you feel like you want to give up, you want to quit, you just want to run away and escape reality, take a moment to really ask yourself, what would I do? How would I behave if I had everything that I wanted already? What if I had already achieved all my goals? What if everything that I desired came to me? How would that change me? What would I start to do and how would I start to behave? Because when we're in a spiral of scarcity and loss and feeling frustrated, all it does is have us make even more decisions that lead to more of the same outcome. Emotions, they're really contagious. It'll poison your whole mind and eventually you're going down the track that you otherwise would have never explored. Just think about how much you stand to lose if you make all the possible worst-case decisions over and over and over again, and then amplify that by 10. The more negative momentum that you build, the worse that you feel, the less motivation that you have. All of this is compounding and creating a loser's effect where you really will end up feeling like you're worthless. But all of that can be turned around by previewing how you would behave, how you would feel if you were in winner's effect state, right? Where everything was going your way. What if you had an infinite amount of money? What would you want to spend your time on? What problem would you want to solve for people then? What value would you want to bring into the marketplace, into people's lives, right? So all of a sudden, the change in perspective, the shift in your thinking allows for you to make completely different decisions. Break yourself out of your negative pattern and take charge, take control of your mind. Don't let it run rampant and send you down a spiral that you don't want to be in. And by deciding how you want to think and what perspective you want to see things from, all of a sudden you're changing the very thing that you're looking at. And although you cannot control everything that's happening to you, all of the things in your environment that are going wrong and hindering you in getting what you want, you can definitely control how you perceive them and how you react and respond. So now it's your turn to really decide how will you step up and show up when you're not feeling your very best. So what really happens when you are at your best? When you are on your A game, when you are flowing and overflowing with motivation, with passion, with desire, but in the right direction, channeled into your goals consistently. All of a sudden, you feel better and better and better, right? You feel like you can take on the world because momentum is so powerful. And the more that you build in favor for yourself, the more that you can create evidence that you are a winner, that you are somebody who gets things done, who's consistent, who shows up time and time again, the better and better you feel about yourself, the easier it is to make those right choices. Think about how powerful your identity is in really creating energy within you. And then ask yourself, who am I doing all of this for? Everything that I want to achieve. If it's just for me, if it's just for yourself, the drive, the passion, it really won't be there because we human beings are really wired to help other people. That's our highest calling, our greatest fulfillment. The source of our joy comes from making other people happy, comes from helping other people be successful. And of course, I've seen this, with having coached over 1,000 clients at this point and having so many hours of one-on-one sessions, changing people's lives, seeing them transform and improve in every area, seeing them become wealthy, having great relationships, right? And seeing them change their habits, their mentality, their health completely. This is what I've realized, that I'm the happiest when I'm helping other people perform at their best. And even if you're not doing it so directly, what you're bringing to this world, the value that you provide in one way or another, it needs to feel fulfilling. And even if you're doing something and you can't see it, start to notice, start to look for, how am I impacting other people's lives and making their experience better in some way? It will bring out the best in you when you try to bring the best that you can to others. If you constantly focus on me, I don't feel good, I don't have the energy, I have pain, I have this, right? Then we get bogged down and we don't want to do anything because we're hurting, we don't feel good, we're not happy. But what if it's not about you? What if it's about what you can bring, the impact, the difference, the change that you can make in this world? that completely changes the equation. All of a sudden, we're showing up because we feel we owe it, not out of guilt, but a sense of responsibility and really, of course, the passion, the drive to want to be our best self. And when we show up like that, it inspires the people around us to show up like that. A rising tide lifts all ships. And the more that you bring and the more that you try and the more effort that you exert in that direction, the stronger you become. Because there is no greater asset than mental strength. The ability to focus, the ability to be effective, the ability to bring yourself into the right state. Command your mind. Feel the way that you want to feel, not the way that you just woke up feeling. Don't react to your emotions and say, oh, well, today is just that kind of day. I guess it's just a bad day. Of course, if you decide that and buy into it, and really, that story will become your reality. But if you disagree and you say, you know what? I think otherwise. I think there's another way. There's an alternative to all of this. And I'm going to dictate my own mood. I'm going to dictate my state. I'm going to control and command how I show up and how I feel so that I can make the greatest impact, so that I can bring the most value. Now, all of a sudden, we've got a different set of priorities and a different North Star. We're not a slave to our emotions and our thoughts and saying, oh, well, I just can't help it. This is how I am. We're saying, this is how I want to be. My ideal self is taking charge of this vehicle that is me right now, instead of me just going where the wind blows. And look, if you want my personal support, one-on-one coaching and guidance every week to help you perform at your best, to help you really reach your potential in life, then I invite you to jump over to eRaphael.com. Over there, you can book a one-on-one call with me directly. We'll talk. And if it's a good fit, then I'll be coaching you. I can't wait to talk to you and see if we can work together. Again, go over to eRaphael.com. Link is in the description if you want to take advantage of that. As always, I hope that you enjoyed this one, and I will catch you on the next one.